you, God? See, I can't answer that. I said, God means power. Power. Sure, you feel power. You don't fast to make bad people good people. You fast to create a positive energy force where other forces can gather. The word fast means to abstain from. So if you drinking water, you're on a water diet. That's not a fast. You drinking fruit juice, you're on a fruit juice diet. When you take nothing, when you talk about the story of Jesus and them, that's 40 days on just breathing. I never understood why Gandhi got so much play. As long as he fasted for 13 days. I didn't realize that's 13 days with nothing. You know, just breathing. And then everything in the body changes. You know, the universe takes over. As long as I've gone on water, it's 180 days. The long on fruit juice is 2.5 years. The longest I've gone on nothing is like 3 weeks. Yep. And then you start seeing things happen. If I'm in this building here and there's a circuit that's bad, it might not set the building on fire for 30 years, but to protect me, it blows it out immediately. Okay, just, everything go. That's fast. That's the universe.
Because you're in sync with a different level of energy.
Yeah. The more you fast, you pick up other things. I remember me and John Lennon got real good friends. I said, who are you? Do you know who you are? I asked him. He says, no, but why'd you ask? I said, poor little ignorant redneck cracker like you out of that part of Britain ain't never made it big. How'd you do it? He said that whole thing was CIA and British intelligence. He said all our songs was to turn white children into drugs. He said, you know how high you got to be to see a yellow submarine? Hey Jude, that's about heroin. What's the thing, LS something? And y'all know the word?
LSD in the sky with diamonds.
Yeah, that's LSD, spells LSD. And when they came over here for the Ed Sullivan show and them 200,000 white women was waiting to cheer, all that was a trick. These tapes. And Yoko and John said when you came to Amsterdam and cleaned them out, they never went back into drugs again. I said, I didn't know that. I thought they had. You know. And then the last time somebody called me, if you punch up the last book that came out 2 years ago called The Gospel According to the Beatles. And so when this guy bought the tapes, now Lennon been dead 10 years, he said, you know, we're looking through these tapes. And there's an interview somebody was doing with him and asked him when did he, well, how did he get the idea to write Imagine? He said, I didn't. D.Gregory wrote it. So you see it in there.
Okay, I see the book. You know, Steve Turner.
Just punch in there what John Lennon said about D.Gregory and Imagine. So when the white boy told me that, I said, well, you want to send a plane by the interview? You don't need to send a plane by. If you don't believe that white boy, well, I'm gonna waste my time thinking you're gonna believe me. If he said it, then I'm not gonna talk to you. So then they was getting ready to write it, and he said, well, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, just get into black churches and let him listen to the humming and the vibrations and the sounds. And then we wrote it. And I didn't even know it's the #1 selling record in the history of the planet. We sit here now, it sells 2.5 million records a day. So he said about royalties. What royalties? That's my friend. My mama don't get no royalties for cooking or giving me titty milk. You know, that's a game.
Why do you think he died?
Huh?
Why do you think he...
He was killed by the government. live in a country, John, that talk about the humane society. But they're not talking about people, they're talking about animals. Okay? America will take a flamethrower and burn another human being up. Are y'all crazy? A flamethrower. And burn houses down and hear people screaming. But as long as it's not happening to you, well, let me something I'll figure it out. I went to Budapest last year, first class round trip, $42,000 plus 12% taxes. Okay? So they take my money and buy all the filthy stuff. So when that Universal come down and says, I got to go too. I sit here and pay for these thugs to drop bombs on women and children. So when they drop them on mine, I'll just say, what took y'all so long? Y'all think y'all clean, you're dirty, filthy, all of us, okay? But you think you clean, they think they're clean. You're not clean. If I stole Bev's house tonight and lived in it, they're not going to arrest my children. They didn't steal nothing. But after they move in and start living with us like we do with the Indians, then you going too, okay? Now, you play all the games you want to play. I've spent millions of dollars for the civil rights movement. That ain't going to get me through. That ain't going to get me through at all. There's a universal God that says, I told one of my grandchildren the other day, I carried him to the zoo 2 weeks ago. I said, see that giraffe? Say, the same God that made you. See that thing over there? God made that. Now, let's go to the slave museum. They got me tied around my neck, pulling me. They decide when I'm going to the toilet, when I'm going to have sex, when I'm going to eat. And y'all don't know that's slavery. God made them, didn't put them here for you to tie them up and all that and hold dogs in your house. You're going to be with your dogs and your animals wherever that cracker slave owner go. You're going to be with that one. Then you'll find out. Then you'll find out. That's how it works. That's how it works. It's that simple.
Congresswoman Maxine Waters has asked folks to consider impeachment. And people are saying that's never going to happen. What do you think?
It ain't your business. You think it's your business? She's going to ask somebody to impeach white folks? Think about that. See, why don't we do stuff that we know? Why don't we look at God and say, tell me what to do?
This is what is wrong with us, that we've moved away from God.
No, we ain't never had God. No damn slave, no God.
I'm not talking about slavery. I'm not talking about slavery, Dick. I'm talking about our true experience with God. Did we give God up so that we could be loved by people who enslave us?
You had a true experience with God, you ain't going to never make it. God don't talk. God's invisible. You get in your car tonight and the trees be blowing and you say it's going to be a hell of a storm. All you got to do is shut up and listen. God knows stuff about you you don't know. Okay? And just shut up and listen. How can I believe in God and I say down and pray to God, my mortgage is due? What God do you know that made everything but didn't know your mortgage is due? You're crazy. Stop talking to God like he's some damn king. Talk to him like he's mother, she's mother, he's father of the whole world. And all this gay stuff people talking about. When the universal God put this planet here, it wasn't no men, just women, known as the Morphodite gods. You sit here with all this ignorance and think you're going to figure out something that you don't qualify. If you can be the greatest brain surgeon in the world, all I qualify to do is listen to you. I don't qualify to talk to you. You don't qualify to talk to God. That's why he keeps saying, shut up and listen. But we can't do that. We so busy doing this and doing that. Here's a God that put the whole planet together. And all it says is humble yourself, not be afraid. Humble yourself.
and had King not been willing to die, the planet would have been different. And one of the fine people, if I had to write down 20 people that's ever lived in the history of the planet, number one would be John Brown. Okay? Where's Jesus? This is my list. Jesus sent God here to die for my sins, your sins. John Brown wasn't sent here to die for your sins. He wasn't sent here with a challenge. He took his two sons with him to Harper's Ferry. I'll die. You can't get no blacker than me, and I don't have to be validated. But I wouldn't take my sons with me. He did. And watched them die. And he was wounded. Now, I want you to hear this. Harper's Ferry is where the United States government made their bullets and their rifles. 4 divisions was guarding Harper's Ferry every day. He went there with 25 people, 5 blacks, and the rest of them was white. And when you looked at the, Fox, the comic, with their Unjangled, that was the story of the first brother that died at Harper's Ferry. And then they tell you about he was crazy because he went up to Kansas. But what they didn't tell you, Kansas was the first state that said death to the abolitionists. And when they killed that man, John Brown and his posse went to Kansas and killed 13 people. But they didn't tell you who they was. The 12 jewelers and the judge. Scared them so bad, they rescinded that law in a week. Why? Well, you didn't qualify what black. If you ask me what are you to do, don't say black folk. What am I? You mean the drug addicts out there? You mean the thieves and the hustlers and the murderers? Huh? You mean go to jail and just because they black, they qualify? Huh?
Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay. You don't go to a brain surgeon that haven't finished school, so why are you going to put that burden on some black person out there that can't read or write? Huh? Do you know there's a doctor in Italy can cure any form of cancer you got with baking soda? Huh? With baking soda. Tomorrow, I'll finish up. There's a black doctor from Southern California that not only got a cure to tell me about no damn Africa. This brother got a cure for cancer and HIV and got a patent on it. So tomorrow when you wake up, you call the patent office and tell you to give you the patent, and they'll give it to you. Just because you don't know it, or I don't know it, don't mean it ain't here. And because somebody don't know it, don't mean nothing. God say, vengeance is mine.
Yeah.
I'll send you an article tomorrow. Coral reefs been here ever since the planet, trillions of years. 80% of all the coral reefs have disappeared. Why? Because suntan, your lotion. Okay? These white folks, if that'll do that to coral reefs that God made, what do you think it's doing to them? God say, leave me alone. I'll take care of this. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? Now, you go and look at drugs. The number one drug state in America is Utah. God don't have to whisper nothing in your ear. It was Mormons. Ain't no poor folks out there. Few black folks. Okay? Number one. Okay? Number two, Vermont. Okay? But they can tell you anything about what we doing. Y'all worried about black boys wearing their pants below their butt. The folks that killed Jesus didn't wear their pants below their butt. Hitler and them didn't wear their pants. These cops that'll blow your brains up don't wear their pants below their butt. And then one day when you realize more black folks tonight will die from sugar diabetes and high blood pressure than will OD on hard drugs in the next 5 years. So don't bring that stuff to the table. Just leave it alone. This is where you are. I remember the great thing about going to school after I got grown. The little girl didn't have no breasts, no legs, no nothing, black and nappy hair. And everybody hated her because she thought she was cute. If you thought you was cute, you were cute. And all the boys was chasing her. Huh? But the blues. You gonna listen to blues? I ain't never listened to no blues. My baby done left me. Are y'all crazy? I'm singing that at 9 years old. I ain't never seen a naked woman. But I'm singing, my baby done left me. And then a black person gonna sit around talking about Blue Monday. You gonna take God's day and make it blue because something's wrong with you. And I'll leave you with this. We, black folks, is just as sexist as white folks and don't even know it. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. Jazz. I wouldn't listen to jazz for nothing. And they was my best friends because when I hit big, they was my opening act. But Nina Simone cussed out a whole state. Name a black jazz artist that ever uttered a word about Mississippi or Georgia. Huh? Billie Holiday didn't want to listen. She did it. And I remember the first black woman that won the Academy Award. What was the movie, Gone with the Wind?
Yes.
Hattie McDonald?
Hattie McDonald, yes.
And I heard a news guy interview her. He said, Miss, congratulations on winning an Academy Award for the first time that a black person won. How do you feel with all your talent, but they only let you do maid parts? You know what that one said? I'd rather play one than be one. And then 10, 15 years later, I hit big and met her in Hollywood. Oh, Dick, no. Let me tell you something. I heard you. 90% of black women was maids. Huh? You was playing one. But them maids like my mama wasn't in Hollywood hoeing around, screwing everybody so they could get a part. Good Christian woman. And you gonna say something like that. Ho. Okay? That's what this is about. And it can't wear you down because you see someone shaking their head. That's the wind coming from God. Okay? The shadow that scares me. All Trump is a shadow. And every night when the sun go down, the shadow disappears. And y'all gonna be scared of that punk? Scared of that punk? Something ain't right.
So the fear that we have is our fear.
It's your
not
fear.
a real fear.
That's what I said. If you voted for him, that's because you evil. Okay? Now let me leave you with this. If you Google Nixon, Dick Nixon, lineage, it'll go all the way back to Babylonian, and he ain't never had no money. Google Rockefeller's lineage, you go to Missouri, Kansas border, and stop. Him and his brother, Frank and Jesse James. And when they killed Jesse, Frank took the money and changed the name to Rockefeller. Huh? And then they had to clean up that filth. So when Nelson Rockefeller, one of the richest people ever lived, when he was governor and decided he gonna run for president, but his oldest son, Michael, was gay. And back then, that's a no-no.
So he disappeared.
Huh?
So he disappeared.
No. He sent him on a business trip so the cannibals can eat him. I went over and interviewed the tribe. And all you got to do is Google it. And they'll tell you what happened.
And that's exactly what I said. He came up missing, but well, you're the one that taught me that. Yeah, because I said, how could he disappear? And you said he didn't disappear. His daddy sold him to the cannibals to eat. And did you know how Rockefeller died in New York? Shot 5 times in the head in a hotel. Yeah. Rich. And the doctor that did the autopsy wasn't even licensed as a doctor in New York. He was a urologist.
To the real, universal force. See, the word God means power. We know about no God. That's why they call the mob the Godfather. And you ain't heard nobody complain. And so when you stop and think about the same God that made the moon and the sun and the rivers made me. So when I look at my hands, and I got 5 fingers on each hand, and it never changes. That God don't make no mistake. No mistake at all.
Why is it that so many of us are still in the dark about this.
Why wouldn't you be in the dark? You've been trained to be in the dark. Been trained. I mean, on Thanksgiving, we pray for the abundance. Now think about this for a minute. If I work for you and you pay me $1,000 a week, oh man. So one day I want to thank you. So do I give you a day for free or do I charge you $10,000? Which one?
I guess I'd take the free day.
Yeah, I'm not asking you, guess would you take? I said, if I'm talking about you, if I want to say thanks to you, do I give you a day for free or do I charge you $10,000? That's a simple question. I work for free. So on Thanksgiving, if that's the day we pray to the universe, thanks, then why don't we not eat that day? Why do you eat more that day than you eat any other day in the year? That's all I'm trying to say. You know, I'm not here to trick you or nobody else. And you can't trick me because I started off like you. I started off as ignorant. I had ignorant mother, ignorant father. I remember one day, my brothers and sisters said to my mother, you know, Richard don't say no blessing over food. And that scared her, because she's scared of God. So she grabbed my ears. I didn't know it was her. I looked around at her, I said, bitch, you out your motherfucking mind? She said, what'd you call me? I said, I called you a bitch. Where'd you hear that? I hear Daddy call you that all the time, and you ain't never grabbed his ears. He's the one that brings women in the house. He's the one that steals the rent money. I've never. Why do I not say the blessing? The Indians taught us Thanksgiving. How many black folks do you know, including you, have ever said thanks to the Indians on that day? And so I say, wow, man, what a... That's not hard to figure out. And so 3 hours later, after my dad called all that and hit her and knocked her down, I hear him back in the back room making them strange sounds. And so I made a deal with my mother. I said, if you come down the basement and pray over what I stole, I'll come up here and pray over what you stole. I'm a better thief than you. I just can't justify it by religion. I see you come out them rich white folks' homes and stole food and then come here and cook it and then want me to say the blessing over it? I don't pray over stolen food. Will be easily safe. Now, when I talk about God, I'm not talking about that one y'all be talking about.
No, I'm sorry. Wow.
That one you pray to pass the test. I'm talking about the real one, maybe the moon, the sun, the ocean. You came not from your mother, but through your mother. And when you want something from your parents, you don't have to pray. They owe that to you. Okay?
Amen.
And when you pray, you never pray but one time. After that, you're in a prayer of thanksgiving. Indians taught us thanksgiving. They tell you about them few slaves that run away, but they don't tell you about those millions that ran away and went to the Indian reservation. And the Indian said to the white folk, you can't come in here. You don't need to clap. Y'all just as ungrateful as a bunch of ignorant white folks. Now you hear me? The Ku Klux Klan in them. And if you're stupid enough to believe the Ku Klux Klan determined public policy, you out your mind.
And if you look at Trump, the richest Republican on the planet, Ford family, Rockefeller, if they didn't like what Trump was good, they'd put a bullet in his head. But y'all run around and forget about the Jews in Germany. You need to go over there and check that out. The Jews in Germany had a sense you didn't have. They know they wasn't part of Hitler. You think you part of this thing. And you are not. You don't determine when war starts and when it ends. You go over there and kill people you can't even spell the name you're on, and the Korean that could have shot your foot off can come here now and come in your black neighborhood and open up a shop on the corner, and you can't do that. You know black folks was here 1 billion years for white folks. You know that. So if anybody wrote something that God said is them, go back 1 billion years. Them Africans was making spears. And there wasn't no white folks here, so who was they killing? Each other. Why? Because culture patterns is a violation of God. Did you hear me? Y'all talking about culture this and culture. That's a violation. Women, when they took over the men, and then women had to get back. It's a game they play. Any of y'all ever saw Any of y'all ever saw Trump's TV shows? How you think he could be that brilliant and not be that stupid unless that's a Hollywood game? Nothing but trickery. Hillary is Trump's cousin. No, y'all laughing because you don't know that. And the same writer that writes his speeches writes her speeches. And y'all think y'all in charge. God made you and gave you the hair it wants you to have. And then the white insane system told you it was ugly, and you didn't say, how did God make anything ugly? See, they ain't been around you. You've been around black folks. You can say, Mary got some good hair. Oh, did God make it? So God made good hair and bad hair? See, white folks don't know what you're talking about, but you lie to them, and you should lie to them. I lie to them every day. When Malaysian Airlines missed, it came to me because I know everything. They said, where's the airline? I said, in my backyard. You don't prove nothing to me. Ask yourself, how can a plane that had $1 trillion worth of research going into it can disappear? A Greyhound bus ain't never disappeared. You got biscuits at home, they don't disappear. This is a game they play. And as long as you locked into that game, you ain't got no money. All you do is produce athletes, entertainers, and then line up to see them. You can't name one athlete, I'm not talking about black and white, that opened up a major corporation. Oh, y'all talk about so-and-so signed a contract for $100 million. But you can't say one thing they opened up. That's an illusion. There's more people sitting in this room that had something to do with the humanities than 99% of your athletes and entertainers. But that's who you freak out of. Tolerate a country that have a good school and a bad school. Go out in the world and you'll be finding good schools and bad schools. You get a degree from here, degree from Michigan State, PhD, and your brother or sister get one from Ole Miss, PhD, all over the world. The one from here is better than the one from down there, and y'all tolerate that? Or I can take y'all to Russia today, and the same Coca-Cola you get there tastes like the one here. I can take you to Ole Miss today and ask for change for $1 in dimes. They'll give me 10 dimes. I can come up here to Harvard, Yale, and ask for change for $1. They give me 10 dimes. I live in a country that has more unification and changing my dollar than dealing with my mind, and y'all tolerate that? I live in a country that has more unification and changing my dollar than dealing with my mind, and y'all tolerate that? What did God say? And God didn't say, nigga, how can you be lonely when I ain't made but one person? You don't have to be educated. I made one person. So don't tell me how you know lonely. That's the crap them thugs wrote in the book. The 7 wonders in the world. None of them is what God made. The moon, the sun, the stars, the rain. All they made was stuff that men made. Huh? You women, I don't know how you tolerate this crap. You got a PhD and you a nun? Huh? He just barely finished college. He's a priest. He can hear stuff that you can't hear. Y'all tolerate it? And you stupid enough to think the real God? You know how that's like. You got children. You don't give no more breakfast to the boys than you do to the girls, but yet y'all buy that crap. Huh? I live around rich white folk. My neighbor across the pond is the Steinway piano act. Up the hill, Ocean Spray. Until you white folks do not leave out of here hearing me saying something about me, be mad at me. White ain't a color, it's an attitude. And if you ain't got trillions of dollars in the bank, you a nigga like the rest of them. And if you don't believe that, real white folks, Monday, can get on the phone and call the stock market. And while they talking, they can determine if the stock market is going to go up or come down. If you can't do that, you ain't white. Obama, when Obama won, all you black folks, y'all voted for Hillary, nigga, you know that. Now y'all gonna lie. I voted for Obama. Okay. Obama ain't doing nothing for us. Okay. You act like everybody been in there did something for you. You just as poor now as you was then. See how it works? But there's universal law. Let's say you 8 years old right now. Hear that, miss? I mean, all your life, the most mighty nation in the world, a black man's running. Okay? Now, that you can't trick. Racism, stupidity, because I saw that with my eyes. The number 1 and number 2 specialist on breast milk is men. And you tolerate it. And y'all, when you got you? Did you ever nurse them? Did you notice when you nurse them on this breast, the other breast leaks? Did you know that? The specialists I brought in thought it was milk. That's the poison been in your body ever since you was 1 day old, and that universe God shoots it out so that baby can't get it. They don't teach that at Harvard. He came back to man. They found poisons that we didn't even know existed. That's the universal God. Universal God. I went to Southern Illinois University. Any of y'all know that? I'm a legend that one day they'll name the school after me. Because they didn't know how smart black folks are. I went there, never read a book, never took a book to class, never took a note. Made all A's. The white folks was trying to ask other niggas how he do it. They said, you know how I do it. So I said, well, black folk came to me complaining. They always come to me. Mr. Gregory, you know, these white fraternities get the test. Y'all know that. Don't sit that nigga and look like you didn't know that. They get the test. And I know it. The professors know it. The president know it. Anybody gonna do nothing about it? But I did. They came to me. I said, see the brother, I went to Southern Illinois University. No blacks. Only thing blacks was doing was raking leaves, shoveling snow, and sprinkling flowers in the spring. That's all they was doing. So I said to the brothers and sisters that came to me, I said, Mr. McClutchin? He said, y'all know, you mean Eddie. I said, Mr. McClutchin. You ever see a black person walk across campus? Y'all call him a janitor. That nigga got 500 keys hanging out the back of his pocket. A key to every room where there's a test. Black and white, you sit in class and try to look smart. You can tell a dumb person they be like they thinking. Put their pencil in their mouth. A lead pen in your mouth, like you smart. So when they pass out the test, I looked at it and in 2 minutes, I know I didn't know no answers to none of those questions. So I signed my paper, walked up and gave it to the professor. See you later, baby. Now, Helene,
Oh, that's kind of, and everybody said she was smart. I left in 2 minutes. She came out to class 4 hours later, scared, nervous. I said, hey, how'd you do? She said, I don't know. 3 days they posted the bad grades. She made A++. You know how dumb you got to be to make an A++ and don't know you made it? You know how smart you got to be to know nothing on here, sign it and walk out. Anytime you got a baby and you got to send them to school to find out they smart, you stupid. The baby's with you all day long. You don't know that child is smart? Listen. And stop being so hip and think you know everything. Martin Luther King, how many of y'all saw him dead, shot on the balcony? The picture, they run it every year. Martin Luther King, huh? Am I scaring y'all or what? I mean, 3 black folks raised their hand, and I ain't about to be that stupid. What I'm trying to tell you is King didn't die on the balcony. How many of y'all knew that? They killed him in the hospital. They smothered him to death. And y'all walk around, got these white folks thinking you smart. You don't know a damn thing. And how many of y'all saw that great picture? King's laying on the balcony, and then 5 people was pointing up. Huh? Are you stupid enough to believe somebody's gonna shoot and everybody ain't gonna hit the ground? Huh? And you don't ask yourself, did they know? So how did they know it wasn't gonna be another shot? Huh? Huh? Okay. Somewhere. Somewhere. And all y'all want to do is play football, go see a damn football game. You can't get no more violence than football. Wow. You cannot get no more. That's why rich white folks don't send their children to play in games. What was it? The basketball tournament 3 months ago? Didn't you hear that black man's wife say they shaved in Parsons? None of y'all heard it. Had that been a white dude from NBC, that's all y'all want to be talking about. All y'all want to hear is gossip. What did Bill Cosby do? Well, let's analyze. I'm a super entertainer. I don't hang out with entertainers. Why? Ain't nothing. Like I said, I can count y'all. I've been coming here for years. Didn't know what y'all do for the humanities. And don't get your name mentioned. Y'all have a riot here today. You're gonna see the Muslims out there. Cool it, baby. And they put everybody on NBC and CBS but them, and that don't bother them? You ain't never seen them interview, but they the first ones out there. And let me tell you, Muslims, I can't figure y'all out. I cannot figure you out. I don't know who you're praying to, what you're eating, Muslim. Y'all had them bow ties on, them winter suits in the summertime, and don't sweat. But you have to turn around. It's about love, they tell you. It's about being lovable. A black man in America is the only man that referred to his woman, you a strong sister, but call his car beautiful. And just grab him right there and say, nigga, I'm beautiful. Your car is strong. You don't believe that, try to ride my back, don't you? And don't let your children play all them old funny games. Ain't no game as violent as football. Y'all see it? Huh? Fractured skull, jaw broke, 10 toes missing and they don't know what the toes are. I'm talking about their wives. I ain't got to the guys.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at football one day and the guy got hit so hard, stuff was shaking in my living room. Monday paper come out and they say, John had a dislocated eyeball. 20 teeth is missing and we don't know where they are. Fractured knee. Shoes disappeared, but he'd be ready for next week's game. And y'all don't understand that's drugs. It's okay for the owners to give me drugs, but when I get hooked, ask yourself about Bill Cosby. Y'all been long enough to know that entertainers and athletes rape anybody they want to rape. And they ask you, why was you wearing that top dress? How come Bill might ask that? Huh? You don't know. That property he owns in Pennsylvania got more oil under than they got in Kuwait. Now you think you might can figure it out? Huh? 30 years ago, 35, when they killed his son, huh? Him and Ed Weinberger, they was getting ready to put a bid in for NBC. Huh? That's what this is about. Y'all think y'all could go back to doing what you can do. You make good potato salad. God made watermelons and the white racist system made y'all scared of watermelons. Huh? God made watermelons. I ran for president in 1968. Y'all remember? And had I won, I'd have asked for a recount. Yeah, you white boys messed it up. Y'all come back and fix it up and then I might take it. Y'all messed it up. I didn't. Huh? You know, I've been sworn in. They swore me in. And the first thing I do, damn the economy, you white people messed it up. First thing I do after I got sworn in, I'd go to the White House and dig up that rose garden and plant me a watermelon patch. And we wouldn't have no more state dinner. We'd have watermelon lunches. And I'd bring diplomats in from all over the world, and we sit on the balcony, eat watermelon, and spit seeds down the pan. Hold your hand up for me. Christ was killed on Friday. In 3 days, he rose. Now count on your fingers 3 days from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Huh? All over the world is celebrating Easter Monday. The only people celebrate Easter Monday in America is the White House. The Easter egg hunt is on Monday. Huh? So how you do? Sit around and sit, what do they call it? It's the groundhog. Groundhog day. The groundhog season shot. 6 more weeks of winter, right? You get home today, groundhog, February the 2nd. Come from February the 2nd. Spring is March the 21st. Count from February the 2nd to March the 21st. That is 6 weeks. White folks had nothing to do with it. 6 weeks from February the 2nd is March 21st. And then you got to ask yourself a question. 1 year Christmas comes in April, another year comes in March. Huh? What'd you say? Easter, I'm sorry, Easter, yeah. Easter, huh? Now ask yourself a question. How can you be killed in 2 different months? Easter is a Latin word. It means fertility. Esther, fertility. And that's why you have the rabbit and the chick. Easter is the first Monday after the first new moon, after the first full moon, after the spring equinox. Full moon, you hear me? Now look in your eyes when you get home, open them wide, and you're looking at a full moon. If you stop and think about it, stop and think about it. You know how many thousands of black cops there are in America? Huh? Have you ever turned on TV and see a white person crying because some black cop then shot him in the back of the head 40 times? You think black cops is more spiritual than white cops? You think they better trained? No. Black cops know white folks ain't gonna tolerate it. And when you get to the point you don't tolerate it. I'm talking about go get no damn gun. Y'all Miss King, black folks send your children to Disneyland to see a rat. But they never carried him to King's grave or to the tomb, and had he not died, you wouldn't be welcome in Disneyland. It was already there. All you did was color it in. Everything that you need to know or do on this planet, you was born with it. Huh? Born with it. And all you got to do is color it in, but you can't for the parents we living with. Huh? Parents we live with. Go all over the world killing folks, and you black folks don't determine war when it starts and when it ends. Huh? And then look at the stuff they do to veterans. And Trump makes like he's a friend of the veterans. You know, 2 years ago when they had hearings, veterans would call and they didn't get an answer for 6 months. Now they got y'all convinced we love veterans. Yeah, I know, I'm a veteran. I was in the military 3 days. 3 days. Wasn't no war going on when I was in. Huh? No war going on. I wasn't married, didn't have no children. And the army was segregated. Black soldiers was told what to do by white officers. So my 3rd day, we out on the field. 50,000 white officers up on stage like this here. The next time you see when they killed Malcolm, you know Malcolm was on the stage, huh? On stage. The brothers were shooting on the floor. We got the autopsy of Malcolm, all the bullets in Malcolm going down. Huh? So how could he be shot when they shooting up because he came from upstairs? But y'all think y'all so damn smart and you know everything. You don't know nothing but gospel. 50,000 black folks in the field. And I want you boys to know, if you get captured by the enemy, give up nothing but name, rank, or serial number. So I get up and play dumb. See, you niggas think y'all got to be smart. White folks look at y'all, y'all even tuck your lips in. Well, that's what I'm saying. They got you believing you know, but you don't know. I'm gonna go over it again. Number 1, 502 black women. Second highest Jewish women. What you got to call nappy hair? That's all. I didn't make your hair, nigga. God made it. And you think God needs you to improve on it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes in the body, 9 planets to the universe. God made that. Huh? Okay? Now, if you had a brand new Rolls Royce outside, and you looked out the window and saw me with a little bitty pin punching a hole in it, how would you feel?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
So God made you, and you punch a hole in your ear and put shit in it, how you think God feel? Huh? I made something that nobody can make. Huh? And yet you're going to destroy it because some racist system told you this is what we need to do. You should know something is coming. See black folk and white folk putting through their tongue. You bit your tongue, you know how that hurt. And somebody gonna put a screw through it and you don't know what that's about. It's over when you say, I am broke. God's name is I am. That's using his name in vain. You can't use God's name in vain. Say, I'm broke, I'm tired. He can never be that, or she can't. Huh? Now, when you understand that, things change. You get a damn test. You can burn the book can't burn you, but they taught you to be scared of what's in the damn book. What? So like I said, when I was in the military, I'll leave you with this. And that kind of said, get captured by the enemy, give them number, name, rank, serial number. Huh? You ever seen dog tags? Yeah. That has your name, rank, and serial number on it. They could get that much information if you was dead. So y'all ain't gonna give me nothing to negotiate with this? I mean, I'm over here trying to kill him, his family, and everybody. He catch me or she catch me, and you tell me I can't tell him no more than he can get off of here? I say, no way. 50,000 niggas say, yeah, we understand you, baby. I said, well, I don't. And this nigga don't speak for me. And I told that white captain, then he got this booth. Well, you're un-American. Common, I don't even know how to spell it, white boy. But I tell you one thing. I can't be un-American. I've been in here 3 days, and I've told you. So when you call the Pentagon today, you tell them. Put on my records. If D.Gregory ever get caught, change all your used-to-be secrets. There's something about a chump pouring hot water down my back, sticking pins in my eyeball, and snatching my fingernail. I tell them where my mama is. If she don't understand, she'll understand when that hot water hit her. See, my mama told me don't use God's name in vain, and she had me believing, God damn. God means power. Damn is to dam up something when you have a baby. Dammed up when there's water there, and then it blow, and then an army on the planet that can put something between your legs and make that baby stay in you. well, the next war, well, they're going to destroy the planet. Only the God that put the planet here can destroy it. We need no help from some ignorant, murdering men. Okay, see how it works? Okay, and now here's what you do. You take your checkbook, and you write yourself a $1 billion check plus.
Okay.
Then you fold it up and put it in your pocket. And as long as you don't take that damn check to the bank, it's good. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. But then you got to act like a billionaire. And pray for yourself. Don't forget, do your same thing to your check. She gonna do to hers. Walk. Now, when you go into Neiman Marcus, walking there like you gonna buy it. I ain't coming to get no damn shoes.
Black folks and poor white folks, you know what I'm saying? They sit around and think they have to always answer a question.
Okay.
Okay, when Ali died, and people say, wait a minute, there's no words you can describe Ali with.
Yes.
You saw him.
Yes.
But did you hear when them white folks say, they didn't say they're going to kill him, they said, we're going to shut your mouth. And that's what they did.
Right.
And when you think about where they headed, it's been trillions of dollars for research. We did a show yesterday, and the white folks was asking me, who are these two? I said, if Kennedy would have had them in Dallas, he'd still be alive.
Absolutely.
But what we don't know, this is white folk business.
Opportunity where you were one of the first blacks to sit on the sofa on the Tonight Show
Yeah,
at a
well.
time when blacks were seen on television, but they were never allowed to continue on through the program.
So we got to change that.
Okay?
Black comics was not permitted to work white nightclubs.
Okay?
You can be a singer, a dancer, as long as you sweating and buck dancing, they didn't care.
Right.
And that was a hell of a thing.
Okay. But Hugh Hefner gave you your first opportunity.
Am I talking? You asking me?
I'm just asking.
I was there.
Yes, you were.
Look, they told you could be alive.
That's why I'm asking to get
Well,
the
no,
truth.
you said you. That's
Okay.
just telling me.
Okay.
You know. And so I read $1,000 worth of newspapers a week. I don't take no notes. And I do most of the stuff I do is white radio show, and I dare them. You know what the guy said yesterday over there? He said, well, how did you? I said, first, there's black folks in the black community that's whiter than white folks are. I didn't get scared when I saw white folks. I was raised with them. My aunt, my uncle. Y'all don't see white folks till you come in with your gun and your badge and a cop. You should be scared.
Yeah.
You see how it works. If I'm doing something and I'm looking across the street at a woman that's getting dressed, if she turned that way, I jump. See, the burden of wrong is on you. And so they say, and you look at Trump. I mean, Trump ain't nothing but a fool. He's an idiot. He's stupid, and he's too dumb to be a gangster. Now, when they tell us that he got the money from his father, so I call research and see how much he gave the rest of them. They didn't get nothing. The mob ran construction. There's nowhere you do research do you find his daddy pop up. This is a trick, man. He run for president and had to bring in his tax return. And that just shows you how stupid black folks and white folks are. The real white folks, the ones trillionaires, huh? If they didn't like what he was saying, they'd put a bullet in his head like they did Kennedy.
Well, do you think that the political climate and the lack of government action has created the
It
opportunities?
ain't your business. This is white folks' business.
Okay.
The Jews didn't understand what Hitler was doing. You think you do. They'll shut this radio down when they get ready. And there's nothing you can do about it. In St. Louis, it was the black guy opened up the first major supermarket, okay? Opened it up. All at once, the lights went off for a 2-block area, and when it came back, all his stuff was frozen. That's the power they have. And we don't understand that, because when I understand what they can do, if I'm stupid, that threatens me. So I got to make like I know. All these basketball and football, $100 million contracts, how come they ain't got no companies? Huh? Why? Because they're not business people. Tiger Woods was playing golf when he's 5 years old. So he didn't have no time for nothing else. And he didn't see it coming. Those of us that know saw it coming. In 4 more games, majors, he'd win. Jack Nicklaus would have been tired. One more, that's what they were stopping. Okay? Had nothing, Bill Cosby, we talk all that old crazy talk about. I got 7 daughters. I would never defend nobody that do what he said. That he did. But now let's get it straight. A black celebrity, black white celebrity can do anything they want to do to a woman. You see it on this campus with football players. So don't get all dumb all at once. So what was they after? when they killed his son, him and think of his name, was going to buy NBC. NBC is broke. All the networks is broke. That's what it's about. And so they said, you can, but he can't. See, if you understand racism and sexism, if you don't understand white supremacy, you might as well go back to bed. That's what it's about. White supremacy. What do the name? I'm supreme to you. Okay? And so you look at all them white folks in West Virginia that was for Trump. I was in West Virginia a couple of weeks ago and said, did you see anybody in your cabinet look like y'all? Huh? Did you see anybody at the inauguration look like y'all? This is what this is about. They have to be somebody, and they ain't nothing. Queen Elizabeth is the richest white woman on the planet. You take her and my welfare cousin and get them naked, they both got 5 fingers on each hand and 5 toes. You can play with the church, but you can't play with the real God, the one that made lights and electric and all of that. We keep missing that. Nobody says anything. That's what it's about. This stuff started, what you're looking now, started in 1930.
Wow.
Okay? There's that big thing up there circling. It used to take a year to circle. Circling every day.
From the Indians,
yes.
Welcome to pilgrims. Yes,
so if you had if you had something you want to tell to the young people,
ain't nothing to tell them. We always talk about the young people.
What should we tell them?
No, let me tell you this. Young people don't make major companies. We the only one talking about young people because we ain't gonna do nothing. Okay? Young folk don't go in. When you stop and think, a veteran is the nastiest thing you could ever come, and I'm one. Here's a white boy that send you to a place that you can't even spell to kill somebody you don't even know or be killed. And then come back, they don't give them nothing. Nothing. Before this administration ended, before Obama came in, everyone's talking about they called 6 months, they call them back. Okay, that's how they feel. How you feel about somebody that's so low down in their spirit, they would kill for somebody else or get killed? And the same Korean could have shot your foot off can come here now and open up a drugstore next to your house and you can't open up one. Think about that. See, we talk about all the other stuff, and all black people can do is make biscuits, sweet potato pie, and potato salad. That's all. And the rest of it, they come in and say, man, you got to come to Houston and eat this and eat that. What y'all got here? You got the same thing. If you got cancer in your toe, you got cancer in your body. If I go there on June the 15th and shoot them on the 17th, that's the last day of Juneteenth. What's that about? And you're going to tell me as long as I've been black, he told the one woman, I'm not going to kill you, I'm going to leave you to jail. I know black folks. He loaded that gun 5 times. You mean she's still sitting there? Right. This is all the stuff that they put us to sleep on. And in jail, I can't read, I can't write. Now, you follow that. If you my son, and I can't read or write, my wife don't know I can't read or write, my children, I see you coming with a book, I got to attack you. Because I can't read it to you. That's what they got to pay for. And y'all don't care, huh? They're going to pay for it because there's some folks out here now, they won't hear none of your stuff. I got a problem with the story with Jesus. He walked by somebody fishing, come with me, I'll make you fishing with me. Wait a minute, you fool? You didn't ask me who have a family, do have children, and y'all want to buy that some kind of way? God made Adam. I don't have no problem with that. But then Adam said, I'm lonely, and God said, how can you be lonely when I just made one of you? Okay? They had to write nothing. The sun been there for trillions of years. And this white boy make you go to look at the 7 wonders of the world. It's stuff that people can make. The moon ain't one of them. The sun ain't one of them. This is a game. Man. Black folks legally was freed with the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. Okay? Free. Legally. They didn't give it to us. If I put $10 million in the bank, they might fix it so I can't get it, but they can't take it. Okay? And so when you look at a white woman didn't get the right to vote till 1921, that's her daddy. That's his wife. That's his daughter. That's who this thug is. Okay? And when you don't see that, I used to say, if you do that to his mama, my mama better not come out the house. And when I was 9 years old, I was telling folks, if the universal God don't destroy this filthy country, then that God owes Simon and Gomorrah a serious apology. All these light-complected folks, it wasn't because the slave was raping the slave master's wife. The Jews was freed 9,000 years ago.
Okay.
From Egypt.
Okay.
Now you go back We haven't been free 400. Now, you go back 9,000 and take 400, the Jews act the same way we did.
I understand.
See, all slave mentality
Now,
is a violation of the universal right. So if you own a dog, a cat, or an animal, when you go, not to the church,